this video, we will get to know about the shape of the earth. Is it spherical in shape or it is not? If it is not spherical in shape, then what is the shape of the earth? Also, if earth is not spherical, then why earth is not spherical? So, one thing is for sure, that the shape of the earth is not spherical, but actually it is oblate, spheroid or oblate, ellipsoid. So what is the meaning of oblate, spheroid or oblate, ellipsoid? So let's learn what is the meaning of oblate, ellipsoid. So before knowing the oblate, ellipsoid, we should know about ellipse. An ellipse is a regular oval shape like a circle that has been squeezed on two sides, or we can say its horizontal axis is bigger than its vertical axis. Now coming to the oblate ellipsoid, an ellipse whose top is flat is called oblate ellipsoid. So we just knew about what is oblate ellipsoid. Now we are going to study a very important force that is called the centrifugal force. Centrifugal force is an inertial force directed away from the axis of the rotation. So centrifugal force is an outward force. So we can also say it is a force arising from the body's rest mode, which appears to act on a body moving in a circular path and is directed away from the center around which the body is moving. Same in the case of earth, because of earth is moving around its axis. The basic application of centrifugal force can be seen in any daily activity, like in a milk dairy shop. A separator machine is there which separates cream from milk by the application of centrifugal force. If we get to know about the equatorial diameter, its value is 7,927 miles or 12,757 km. In the same manner, value of polar axis is 7,900 miles or 12,714 km. So difference between equatorial diameter and polar axis is 43 km, or we can say equatorial diameter is bigger than the polar axis. If we calculate the circumference, equatorial circumference is 40,075 km or 24,901 mile. In the same manner, meridional circumference is 40,008 km or 24,860 miles. So easily we can calculate that equatorial circumference is more than meridional circumference by 67 km. So this difference is the calculation behind the oblateness of the earth, or we can say flattening of the poles. Our earth is flattened at the poles and bulges at the equator. The main reason behind the oblate spheroid shape of the earth is rotation of the earth on its axis, and because of that rotation, centrifugal force is maximum at equator, and on poles it is negligible or zero. So rotation of the earth in its class produces centrifugal force, and because of that force, earth's shape is oblate spheroid. I hope you will like this video, and if you have anything to ask for, please do comment in the comment section. And thank you so much for being with Junior Geographer.